Hello and welcome to my new channel. I'm yet to think of a name, so I really don't know what to call it. So any suggestions, drop a comment in the below. And what this channel is going to be about, we're going to do 3 shows a week, a Premier League roundup around the continent, looking at football across the world. And then if I get time, we're going to look at one under 23 baller and going into his playing style and what he can bring in, what club is best suited for him. So, first of all, the Premier League roundup, as you know, um, the weekend's just finished. We're on the international break. Sucks, I know. But let's delve into what we've just seen this weekend, starting out with Luton 1, West Ham United 2. What a result this is, considering it was the first game at the Luton Stadium. So their fans, players, everybody would have been absolutely buoyed for this game. So I thought it was a terrific win for West Ham. I thought Luton gave as much as it could, but West Ham's quality just shone through. What more does Jaron Bowen have to do to get in that England squad? Seriously, because he's a baller. He's an absolute baller. Now, I know England are loaded with talent at the moment. I get that. But when you're performing like he is, you deserve to be in the squad. So kudos to him. And that brings us nicely on to Mohamed Kudus, who has now made his debut for West Ham in the Premier League. Congratulations. I couldn't be happier for him. But looking at this West Ham side, now I said it at the start, the players they've brought in complement them and make them a better, much more well-rounded, better squad than when they had Declan Rice. And I'm sure West Ham fans will agree with us. Declan Rice is quality, absolutely quality. There's no ifs or buts about it. But having Edson Alvarez just in the middle of the park, just breaking up things, tackling well, intercepting the ball, just doing all that unnecessary, needy work that nobody else likes to do. And having James Ward Prowse that can get on the ball, dictate play, he can score, assists. They're just much more complete than what they were with Declan Rice. So who knows what they can do in the Europa League this season. So good luck to them. Who knows what they can do in the Premier League. They're off to a great start at the moment. So good luck to them. Now moving on, we had a 6-pointer. Sheffield United 2, Everton 2. What a game this was to kickstart off the weekend. Now, as for me, personally, I think I've been more impressed with Sheffield United than any other promoted side this season so far, because they've been in every single game. They were narrowly defeated by Man City. They got a very good point against Everton here, a very important one, because it was their first point of the season as well as Everton's. But I did expect goals because both of these defences have been leaking goals, but they've been struggling to score. Now, I want to touch on Beto, Everton's new signing. Now, the reason why he fits this Everton team is because he's an all-action pack striker. So he can run down the channels, he can run in behind, he's physical, he doesn't mind backing into defenders, he can hold up the ball. He's got everything Everton need right now, and his willingness to just cause chaos and havoc. That's exactly what Everton needs. So I think it's a perfect signing just for 25 million, considering their um, financial issues that I see at the moment. So yeah, great result for them. Great result for Sheffield United. Great result for Everton as well. So, but I do think that both those teams, from the looks of what we've seen since the start of the season, are going to be down. Not down, but you know what I mean. Battling relegation. And then we had high flyers, Tottenham, going to Turf Moor and getting a 5-2 win against Burnley. Vincent Company's high-flying Burnley that we've seen last season is improving pivotal in the Premier League this season so far. Now, as for Tottenham, their fans have been absolutely strived of just good football, just great content. And with Ange Postecoglou, he's just completely transformed that in the blink of an eye. Within seconds, he hasn't even sat down in his seat yet, and he's playing better football than what they've seen in how many games has it been? 4 games. He's played better football in 40 games than was seen across the past 3 years at Tottenham. That's incredible and testament to his character, his playing style, his philosophy, but also his man management. To get this group of players to play the way they are, he's doing a terrific job. Now, James Maddison, for 40 million, is he the signing of the season? Let us know in your comments below. For me, not yet. Not yet. Because I think there's better, maybe in the Premier League, yes, but across Europe, there's better signings being made for better value of money. But in the Premier League, he could be turning out to be the signing of the season because he is on fire. Everything he touches just turns to gold. And there's no stopping it. There's no stopping it. Now, as for Desni Ungui, I said when they signed him last year, I said don't loan him out because he's going to be your best left back, and you could have done with him last season. Tottenham loaned him out. Could they have done with him? Absolutely. Absolutely they could. But since he's arrived, he's been absolutely outstanding. He's been the best left back in the league so far, hands down. I'm trying to think off the top of my head who's been better. Nobody. He's been the best left back in the league. Same with Bissouma, he's been the best defensive midfielder in the league. But he's complemented by Pape Matar Sarr as well. Because the work that Pape Matar Sarr does goes very unnoticed. Very unnoticed. Now, Tottenham absolutely dominated this game from start to finish. I mean, if you look at it, they had what? More possession, had 21 shots, 11 shots on target. They had more corners, creating more big chances. So they did everything. It was a perfect professional away performance. Now, Mickey Van der Ven is somebody that I said Man United should sign last season because I'd watched him a lot in the Bundesliga and he was outstanding in an environment that wasn't the most dominating team like Wolfsburg. And when Tottenham signed Pape Matar Sarr as well, I tweeted out he's going to be a future star. Check the tweets. I've got them there. They're saved. Go and check him out because he's going to be a star. Mark my words, he's proven pivotal so far. So they're what? Sitting second in the league at the minute. 1 draw, 3 wins. What a start it is for Tottenham Hotspur. How far do you think they can go? Personally, I think they'll get top 4. I really do. My top 4 is Man City, Liverpool, Arsenal, Tottenham. In that order. So let me know your top 4 in the comments below. And next game we're moving on to, as you can see along the bottom, Chelsea fans, turn away, don't look. Chelsea 0, Nottingham Forest 1. Firstly, I want to give credit to Nottingham Forest. They were absolutely brilliant on the day, and you can't take anything away from how good they were. They were terrific. Now, Nottingham Forest are actually coming a more complete side. If you look at their midfield, if you look at their diamond in midfield, they played a 3-4-2-1 formation, so the match Chelsea's formation. Two centre midfielders, Mangala and Ryan Yates, very, very good on the ball, workhorse midfielders, will battle, win the ball in that midfield. Then you've got Danilo, Morgan Gibbs-White as the runners just in front of them. That core is absolutely extraordinary. And then complemented at the back, you've got Joe Worrells putting in performances that define his age. So Nottingham Forest have actually, for me, I think they've had fixture-wise one of the toughest fixtures of the opening season. They had Man United away, they've played Arsenal, now they've got Chelsea. So to pick up they've picked up how many points now? Pick up 6 points from 4 games is brilliant. So they've actually had a great start this season. Now, if you look at the figures in the game, Chelsea dominated the ball with 56%, dominated shots with 21%, but it was a perfect snatch and grab from Nottingham Forest, playing on the counter attack, being solid to beat. That's what you want to do when you're a newly promoted side last season into the Premier League and being hard to beat away from home. We didn't see that last season. We're starting to see it this season. Now, touching on Chelsea, I said it. This will get worse before it gets better. Even under Poch, because when you change so much of an environment from the structure of the club to players to everybody involved, it's not going to go well at the start until everybody gets used to their surroundings and gets used to each other. So that's why we're not seeing it so early. And Poch needs time to get his ideas across, and players need time to learn each other, gain that chemistry on the pitch. So until we see that, it won't happen. But what I will say is, I'd be more alarmed if I was a Chelsea fan if they weren't creating chances. The fact that they're creating numerous chances per game shows that there's something there. They can find that clinical edge, which I think once Nkunku comes back, we will find that they'll stop beating teams. And there'll come a point where they destroy a team 4 or 5-0 unexpectedly. And that's going to happen very soon because the number of chances they create is brilliant. One thing I don't agree with, not because I don't like him as a player, is Ben Chilwell left wing. I don't understand it. It's clear to everybody that it's not working. So why is it not clear to Poch? Play Ian Matson there. Who would have been perfect for theirs? Levi Colwell. Sorry, not Levi Colwell. The guy that's just signed for Newcastle. Oh, I can picture his face. What's his name again? What's his name? I can Google it because I've forgotten. Let's do me head in. Lewis Hall. Lewis Hall would have been perfect for that position. Mark my words. So yeah, until Chelsea have a few more games together as a unit in a collective side, they're going to have to be patient, fans, unfortunately. Now, moving on to Manchester City 5, Fulham 1. I think Fulham have got a reason to be hard done by. When you go to the Etihad, you need a little bit of luck on your side. You need lady luck on your side. And it just wasn't. For me, that goal should have stood. I mean, should have been choked off for offside because he impeded the goalkeeper. Because the goalkeeper, for all you know, was anticipating a deflection, just something. And obviously it didn't happen. He jumped over the ball and the ball ended in the back of the net. But who's to say he wasn't going to save that if his reaction was that split second earlier? So you need that little bit of lady luck. But look, Erling Haaland smashing out hat-tricks again. That boy is a joke. That's 7 hat-tricks in the Premier League this season, all at home as well. He's an absolute joke. That's all I've got to say on Man City. I do think Man City will win the league. Let us know your comments in the below. So up next, it's Brighton 3, Newcastle United 1. So last season, Newcastle United beat Brighton 4-1, and then I think they beat them 2-1 afterwards. And after the game, Roberto De Zerbi said, next time we play them, we're going to kill them. And that's exactly what they did. Fair play to Brighton, they were outstanding on the day. When you think of all the talent and attacking prowess they've got at their disposal, who knows what they can do this season? They've got the European adventure, and what a group they've been drawn into. And they've got this Premier League, and they just seem like they're just on an upwards trajectory every single year, despite losing Caicedo, despite losing Alex McAllister. Players leave, and they just seem to replenish them just smoothly, transit without just a smooth transition, like nothing's happened. It's insane. So huge credit to them. But yeah, Brighton dominated the ball as you can expect. They dominated shots 15-9, dominated shots on target 6-2, and Evan Ferguson, what a talent he is. He looked a real star on Saturday. Now, the way I look at Evan Ferguson is, if Alan Shearer and Harry Kane had a love child, that's Evan Ferguson. He's like a blend of the aggressive nature of Alan Shearer, but the technical and tactical aspect of Harry Kane. Not as elegant, but he's got that intelligence, but he's got that robust aggressiveness of Shearer. So if them two had a love child, bring up Evan Ferguson. But yeah, huge credit to Brighton. I thought they were terrific on the day. Completely outplayed Newcastle. Newcastle were just, they look lost, if I'm being honest. And I don't think that's because we were bad. I think that's because Brighton were great. So I'm giving more credit to Brighton than I am Newcastle being bad. So next up is Liverpool 3, Aston Villa 0. Dominic Szoboszlai gets his first goal in Liverpool colours and his first Anfield goal, and what a strike it was. Left foot, ping, just on the half volley, outside the box, driven into that bottom corner. His technique is one of a kind. I wrote a thread on him on Twitter, so go and check it out. And it'll tell you everything you need to know about him. But as for Liverpool, I've said I think they'll finish second this season. And I'll tell you why. Because when you lose Henderson, Fabinho, and who else left? Naby Keita. That's it, isn't it? But you replace him with Ryan Gravenberch, Dominic Szoboszlai, Endo, and Alex McAllister. Technically, the better. Potentially in the future, the better. And they complement each other more. So I think they've actually, not only have they replaced the players, they've improved on them as well. Jordan Henderson was the last person I was thinking of. But yeah, I think they're in for a very, very good season, especially since they're only in Europa League. I don't think they'll need to go as gung ho on that. And as for Darwin Nunes, I would start him every game. Yes, he can miss chances. I get that. But to have somebody that is just causes havoc and chaos to defenses is brilliant. He'll run the channels, he'll be destructive, you'll just not give centre halves a second to think. And he's a defender's nightmare. So I would start him. He's got everything he needs to be a world class striker. He just needs to find that clinical edge. Once he does, he can reach a very, very, very top. So he's a terrific talent. As for Aston Villa, they played the high line, which Liverpool just exploited regularly. I always say this about playing high lines. When you play a high line, you've got to press immensely and intensely. We've seen them play that high line, but we didn't see the press. It's quite similar to what we've seen at St James's Park. Now, when you press, you need to press in numbers, threes and fours. When you press individuals, it doesn't work. So when you play that high line, unless you press, you'll be found out very, very quickly, and that's ultimately what happened. But Aston Villa, they've got a terrific side. They're on for a great season. I wish them all the best because I enjoy watching them, especially under Unai Emery. So good luck to them. And then final game was on this Crystal Palace 3, Wolves 2. Brilliant game of football. A lot of people were complaining about this being on TV instead of at Liverpool Aston Villa, but it was brilliant. As for Crystal Palace, I think they're working wonders at the minute, considering the money they spend. And what's funny is they celebrated Olise like they'd won the World Cup when he re-signed. But yeah, I think he was their signing of the summer, as well as Matthias Frank. I know he's injured at the minute, but he will come back, and I think he will be a star of the future. But their signing was keeping their best players. And as for Eze, I think he's got more about him than what Zaha gives. Because Zaha give a lot and undoubtedly been Palace's best player over the past, 10, 12 years, how long he's been there. But Eze is more complete as a well-rounded player, and it suits them to a T, and Palace need that more well-rounded player in the middle of the park. So, yeah. But when you play against Palace, if you stop Eze and stop Olise, then I have so much. But one player that doesn't get enough credit is Doucouré. I think he's brilliant. I think he is one of the best defensive midfielders in the Premier League, and he doesn't get enough credit for the work he does because he doesn't score goals. He doesn't put himself out there really, but the work he does goes unnoticed, and it's absolutely brilliant. As for Wolves, you know what? I've seen signs of positive signs from them. I think they've got a lot going forward to stay in the league. When I look at Matthias Junga, I think there might be three worse teams than them. Considering I'm judging it off what I've seen at Man United, that's all. But if they play like they did at home against Brighton, then they're in for a long, long season. Long season. And then maybe perhaps the game of the weekend, we had, there it is, Arsenal 3, Manchester United won. Brilliant game of football. Man United done what I thought they'd do. They play on the counter attack because it suits them. It absolutely suits them. And they picked up a lot of points under Ole Gunnar Solskjaer playing that way because they've got everything to play that way. Quickly in transition, great on the break with Bruno and Rashford, but they just couldn't get the job done. Now, was that Garnacho offside? It's tight. It's so tight. It's like a fanny's hair. Wow. That is tight. But I want to know, was he offside? Drop a comment in the below because it depends on the angle you view it. Because some angles it looks like he's just offside. Some angles it looks like he's just onside. So it really all depends how your interpretation and what angle you view it really. But as for Arsenal, great win for them. They needed that win really because dropping points at home to they dropped points at home to who did they drop points at home? I'm forgetting everything today. Fulham. And then they had a narrow win at Crystal Palace. That win is massive for their momentum. Absolutely massive because on the face of it, they beat Forest 2-1. They beat Palace 1-0. They drew with Fulham 2-2. So they weren't off to the... Well, yes, results suggest they were off to a great start. But performance-wise, they weren't really. And it's great for Declan Rice. I think that'll be a massive boost for him and the supporters get behind him. So, yeah, there's my take and roundup on the first video of the Premier League. Now, I know it's going to be a lot of teething problems. So I want your suggestions on how I can improve this and what I can do moving forward. So drop us a comment in the below. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button, hit the like button, because I need all the help I can get. Thank you for watching. Stay safe. Love you all. I hope you enjoyed this video because I enjoyed doing it. So take care.